ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாம்ப்பா.
Sir, yes. So very good evening to all the engineering fraternity fellows and the students and the engineers and the senior members. It's been pleasure to invite you all for this today's session. Every engineers must know the patenting nuances as compared with the statistics. 1.1 lakh patents filed in India for the year 24-25. As this nearly 15,440 patents are registered in Tamil Nadu alone. So this is the small statistics about the patenting things. So with this, I request my engineer S. Loganathan sir, the chairman of IEI, to welcome the gathering.
Thank you, INR. Thank you for the engineers talk team, especially Dr. Kumaravel sir for fixing today's chief guest. So on this occasion, we are very heartily welcome all the engineers for the 180th webinar lecture jointly organized by the Salem Local Center, along with the eminent speakers. So on this occasion, I am once again warmly welcome Dr. D. Sri Vidya, Associate Professor from KSR College of Technology, Tiruchangode. Welcome, madam. So the important topic is the patent. So so far we know only the patent filing, but this today topic is every engineers must know patenting nuisance. So definitely patenting filing, we come across many problems. So on, I think today's speaker will enlighten us about the what are the nuisances we will come across during filing the patent. So like engineer Aynar said, patent is now it becomes mandatory for almost all the education institutions as well as the practicing engineers. So once again, I welcome you all. So in this forum, I think, madam, you can interact with more with the member so that they can clarify with the doubt. Also, I welcome all the immediate past chairman, past honorary secretary, all the committee members, council members, and all the senior members and members, student members from the Salem Local Center, Institution of Engineers, India. So once again, I thank Engineer INR for his contribution. Continuously, he is taking the team members for this forum. Also, the Dr. K. Tangaraj for their continuous contribution. So every week, Engineer Armuga will facilitate this meeting. So now, today meeting will be facilitated by the Engineer INR. So once again, I welcome you all for this 180th Engineers Talk meeting. So thank you all and welcome you all.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the welcome address. It's been my pleasure to give the small introduction about Dr. D. Srividya. Dr. Srividya is an accomplished associate professor of electrical department at KSR College of Technology with 16 plus years of academics and research excellence. A PhD holder from Anna University and recognized doctoral supervisor. She specializes in power electronics, smart grids, renewable energy, and AI in electrical engineering and EV technologies, an award-winning researcher with publications in leading IEEE, IET journals. She actively drives innovation through funded programs, conferences, and institutional leadership roles, making significant contributions towards engineering, education, and sustainable technologies development. Since her profile is nearly 1.5 pages with this short note, I welcome you, ma'am, and to hand over the session with you with your flourishing thoughts.
Thank you, sir, for a nice introduction. I also thank our Dean, Dr. Kumaravel sir, for inviting us to the presentation. I also thank our Loganathan sir for this invitation. With a thanks note, can I share my presentation, sir?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, visible. You can put it in the presentation.
visible, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I think as a patent coordinator in our institution, we do a lot of filings, and we faces a lot of problems while filing, and for maintaining the patent, as for getting grant of the patent. It's our day-to-day life. We face all these nuances. So it is our role to address all these nuances for all the engineers present here. Thank you. And first of all, what is the intellectual property and why engineers must take care of that is the first point we want. Intellectual property rights are the actual legal work. How human intellect can be converted into a property is your intellectual property rights. As you have your home, as you have your car, your intelligent thinking also can be property. And that can be also commercialized and made money. That is the main agenda of having an intellectual property. This is designed only to transfer and acknowledge the inventor. If an inventor acknowledges any, why it is the sole in he all his royal fit inventions. But when you filing the property, the sole benefits of the inventions are carried to the agenda, as well as if inventor is paid and then given the right authority, the society also will get benefit, because inventor will be enthusiastic and then will provide more and more inventions. That will also in turn developed actually all the US nations as well as all other nations in a significant way. People there invented and filed a patent, and that's why we India are towards the goal of patenting and granting that, and which that is always a territorial property. See, if you are filing the invention in India, that is only precise to India. It is not that it is precise to the whole world. We can claim only in India. But if you file it in whole world with a PCT, that is Patent Cooperation Treaty, as well as Patent PCT, we will call it as, and that will help us to claim inventions all over India. Even if you file in India, no other patent can claim it. That is, we have the priority, but there is an issue of claiming the gain. Okay. And what is the core IP for India? That is you have a legal rights to prevent others from exploring your invention commercially, and then you have a prior permission to making, using, and selling and licensing, as well as importing the patented technology. Okay, all these things are the 5 pillars, that is using, making, selling, and licensing, as well as importing. These are the main thing we have to focus when you have a grant that can be produced, and your patent is always territory. If you protect in one country, it does not extend to other countries. It is based on market only. We are filing in different countries. If you file a patent in, suppose it is a Sri Lanka, which has very less a number of commercial possibilities, then if you sell it in Sri Lanka and do a commercialization, if it is loss, then it is no point in commercialization in Sri Lanka, right? That is the calculation everybody is missing. we have to file in a country where you will get a commercial value of your product. Definitely it is a negative, right? Because you are, if you are a patent holder, you are the sole proprietor of your patent. Nobody can use it. So it is called a negative rights. Uh, Always your duration for your patent holding is for 20 years. After 20 years, it is open for public. And one important thing we have to look into this 20 years period is anybody can use a patent for your research purpose. Okay, if you are using for a research purpose, that is Bolar exemption. That is actually a patent law which is executed, which tells us that if a patent is used for research or study purpose, it can be utilized. Okay, not for commercialization. If it is used for study or research, what happens, why it is open for that? If your patent is closing for 20 years, if another patent has to be there, then what happens? The other person has to do a research in that, then only he can come up with another product. That is important, right? So only they are opening that for research as well as education purpose. That is very important thing. We have to look at it. Sometimes somebody will claim that you have, that is a patented product, we cannot do it, but definitely we can do it for a research purpose, which everybody has to know it. And what are the qualifies as an invention? See, the patent where, that is, your invention must be new and not disclosed anywhere in the world. Not that if you are filing in India, it is not disclosed only in India, not like that. It has not to be disclosed anywhere in this world. Then only you can file it in India. Even though that is disclosed in US or some other countries, it is not possible for us to file it in India. Okay, we can file, but it will be rejected. That's the point here. And even your own publication presentation destroys your novelty. See, now there has been a grace period that you have to know. If you are filed a journal or you have published a paper on your inventions, okay, that itself is a disclosure. That also, even though it is done by you, it is a prior art. This prior art can affect your patentability. So when somebody is doing your research, in case of a public disclosure has been done for testing your product, okay, that cannot be done without testing, right? So the patent office itself provide you a grace period. If you are disclosed it in a government funding projects, if you are discovering an innovation and if you are presenting it to a government agencies or else to a society, learned society, that is important, that is a learned society, then also you will get a 12 months period that is called as grace period, where you have to file within 12 months after your disclosure. Within 12 months it is allowed, where in the same inventors are being used, as well as there is a link to the inventor, then you can proceed it. And that grace period also involves if somebody else without your knowledge has published that, then also you can claim that 12 months period, then you can file it. After, usually you have to file a patent before your journal publication. Actually, you have to file a patent after the invention, and then after publication of the patent application, then you can go for journal. Usually you have a time period. If you pay 2,500 rupees for patent publication, you will have your patent published within a month. Then you can go for a application of your journal applications with the same content also. It is also possible. Then nobody else we can block you. Okay. And then next is inventive step. Always you have to have a novelty of your invention or an inventive step and an industrial application. See, three-leg pants will not be accepted by anyone. It is not of use to anyone else. That is, then what is the use of your invention? That's why they have introduced a industrial application. Industrial application for a product is a must. You can have any one of this or all these things. There can be a combination of all these things. There can be a novelty or an inventive step or an industrial application. How is the novelty is different from an inventive step? Is, for example, you have invented a computer, right? At the starting of your era, there is a computer, and that computer developed towards the laptops. So that is the inventive step that has been evolved and then created a inventive steps. That is the difference between a novelty and an inventive step. Improvement in already existing thing is claimed as an inventive step that is always not obvious. Okay, that is the main thing we have to note, that that is not obvious. Obvious to some known skilled in art, he can also obviously tell that this can be the next step. But that is not the case. They will see that it is not an obvious technical advancement, and we will be provided with the patent. And you have an industrial application. That industrial application should be of anywhere practically used in industry, or made and used in industry, or produced by the industry, or sold by the industry, something else. Whatever it is an industrial application. Every application comes under industrial application. And what is not patented? This is the main nuances we have to note it. See that every engineer will have a invention and then directly go for filing. You have to know that which are not patentable. Usually there are 16 non-patentable list, but usually engineers come up with these mistakes only. So I picked up only 6 which is applicable for engineers. See that mere admixture. See that you have, if you are a chemical engineer, what happens is putting at different solutions together will not be an invention. If somebody else not added a salt in a particular solution, if you are adding it, it will not be an invention. Okay, that is a mere admixture. What will be the case? What gives you a patentable product is when you have a synergetic property. See, if you have a 2 component and if you are adding it, everybody knows that you can add. But if you are adding it, sometimes you may have less side effects. See, 2 products are there. One is curing your kidney, and another is giving you less fever. If you are adding these 2 chemicals, both of them have some different side effects. If you are adding these 2 and the side effects has been reduced, see that the side effects have been reduced. So what happens? We have a synergetic property, which tells you that this synergetic property is different when you have these 2 add. Then that will be patentable. And simple rearrangement. So I see you are discovering a chair. You have added an umbrella to it, and that umbrella is a different product and a chair is a different product. Just you are adding these 2 and getting a patent is not possible. Just rearrangement is not at all patentable, and that will be a connection of one with another. Already a chair has been patented and already an umbrella has been patented. Adding these 2 will not be a patented product. And then independent duplication component, that is independent without interaction. Okay, these different products without interaction cannot be patented. See that atomic energy involved in the patent application will not be patented. Technology related to atomic energy falls under specific regulation because it is very dangerous. So what happens is, if you are applying a application with patent atomic energy, what happens is it is transferred to atomic Ministry of Atomic Energy, and they will transfer it to a ministry, and then they will decide whether to proceed or not. Without confirmation from that department, the patent office will not proceed your application. That will be completely blocked under the atomic energy law. Okay, so now there has been a new amendments currently in the month of December 2024, that says that nuclear energy which protects, which is not harmful, as well as which protects the nuclear testing, can be patented. This is the new amendments released now in December 2024 that tells you that unharmful devices which protects us from the nuclear reactions or something else can be patented. That is a new release. Hereafter, until now, there is no atomic energy patent given, but now they have opened up, because you have agriculture products which can be that is a power generation from nuclear, and we have devices which protects you from radiations. So that is given preference now. And next is non-technical modification. Obvious change in aesthetic improvement, that is your design has been improved, that comes under design patent. That is different area where altogether patent is different, and a design aesthetic look comes under design patent only, not in technical improvement. Technical improvement comes from design patent, where your aesthetic looks can be a design patent. And you have to know the different patent versus IP properties. That is, you have patent. A single product can have patent, design, copyright, as well as trademark or trade secret. For example, if you take a Coca-Cola product, okay, the process of doing the Coca-Cola product, it can be a patent. There are two things which you usually patent. Okay, one is in India, there are two things which you can patent. That is product as well as process. These two things can be patented. Okay, and one of the things, if you consider a Coca-Cola, the product, the Coke which is inside, is a process patent which they will use it for patent production. Okay, the bottle shape, the shape of the bottle can be a design product. Okay, and the Coca-Cola, the brand name, can be a trademark. And that is, you have a manual or something else which tells you about the Coke and write up in the stickers. All these things can be copyrighted, and then you can you can maintain your trade secret. That is IP, but it is not always disclosed. The composition of the process can be a trade secret that cannot be disclosed. And see that when you go for patent, everything has to be disclosed. Okay, when you maintain a trade secret, it cannot be patented. Okay, when you have open everything to the market, that is patented. Okay, when you have a trade secret and that is not disclosed, it comes from a trade secret. Okay, you will maintain it by yourself as a trade secret. And what patent matters for engineers is, it gives professional credibilities and invention attractions and risk mitigations, and revenue generation is main thing, and economic value of your patent. See, professional credibility is you are a patented inventor. Usually, if you file a patent and you works under a company or you works under an institution, the patent belongs to the institution as well as or a company. That is, there should be a difference. There are two different terms you will be coining. One is applicant, another is inventor. Applicant is the owner of the patent, while inventor is the first inventor. You will be assigning as you are working in an institution or a company, you will be coming under their salary, and they can claim your invention. Okay, so inventor is the owner of the patent, and they have all the rights of it. Usually applicant will be an inventor. And if they are getting all the inventions, you can also claim draft a deed such that you have a particular share of this invention, or claim that like that. Or else, if you will get a certificate of grant, that your name will not be listed. If you request it, they will also type the inventor list also. Now, as you don't have a separate certificate, they have introduced a form called 8A, where you will get a certificate of inventions now. See, that is a new thing we have introduced in the last amendment 2024. That is 2024. They have a separate certificate for inventorship. Okay, that is the new thing they have introduced. And we have investment attractions. Okay, if you are a startup, okay, if you have a patented product, the inventors will come to you for investment. And because I have seen so many startups, which while you have a startup, it is mandatory to have a patent in the name of the startup. If you are an inventor, you have your own startup and the patent is in your name, please convert that patent to the company name. If the patent is in the company name only, the startup name only, then only the inventors is ready to invest in your company. That is mandatory always. And that is the main thing you have to understand, because the patent product belongs to the startup company, not the individual. Okay, and then risk mitigation is patent product reduces the risk of infringement. See, if anybody else produces your product and copies your product, you can put a case. Okay, do you know Talapakati biryani? That they have left the opponent to gain whatever product they get. At last, at the end, you have to do it within 3 years. They waited till the 2.5 years. Okay, at the end of the 2.5 years, they claim that is their that is their process of doing the things, and they have copied it. We have a traditional background, and what they did is they claimed that, and the patent was converted to their name. Okay, what happened? Every profit and all the profit other opponent earned is completely gained by the Talapakati biryani owner. Okay, what happens? Don't infringe. That is a mistake they have done. They left for 2.5 years. All the profits they have gained from the 2.5 years, simply with the case of 3-6 months, they gained all the profits also. Okay, and they can also destroy your shops and stop infringing you. All these are possibles. Okay, and you can generate a lot of revenue. See, in a cricket team, you have seen a stems, right? The stems will be glowing like that. Okay, that stems, how many rate they, you know what is the rate they are selling it, selling the stems? It is per match, they will be selling 3 sets of stems. Okay, each set will be sold for 15 lakhs. Okay, 3 set of stems, 15 lakhs into 3. And what is the making cost of a stamp is just 15,000. Okay, the making cost of what their advantages they have, they are playing a monopoly game. Okay, monopoly game for 20 years. They have registered their patent for 20 countries, 80 countries where cricket is played. So in every country where cricket is played, in every match, they have to buy a new 3 stems. Okay, so every match, every play, they have to pay 35,000 for stems. One in the batsman's and the one in the front bowler side, and one's for spare. Okay, on 3 stems, every match played, they have to pay 35 lakhs for each match. That is your gain they get, only for a cost of 15,000 per stem. So by spending 35,000 and getting a patent, the 10 times they are earning. No, not 10 times. That is 100 times they are earning. So look at how much gain they are getting by patenting. And what is the main thing they are claiming is how much seconds that is responding. The seconds the stumps is responding is their invention. They cannot beat it. Okay, others product cannot beat their stem seconds. Okay, how fast it is glowing. That is the main inventions they are claiming, and they are checking whether they are not infringed. All these things. They had a critical patent also, and they also succeeded in claiming that seconds also. Okay, so do you think there is an economic value for a patent? Definitely. It is a crore making machine, actually patent. Once invented, you can simply go and be a crore guy. Okay, how much crore you can earn, no limit for that. For 20 years, there is no limit. Usually, the companies will keep on inventing. Okay, there is a pool of inventions. Pooling will be also happening in the companies, where companies get together to pool the inventions so that they will gain the latest technology. Okay, that is also happening in today's world. That is the main thing they are happening. And how to go for patent? See, first thing, you have to identify a patent. And main thing everybody is missing is search. See, without search, don't go for it. Okay, search is the important factor there. If you have, you know that it is an invention, somebody may not be thinking of that. No, you have to go for search. There are so many tools available. Our Indian government official web pages in pass. Okay, while there are so many tools available in the website, that is Google Patents, that is the next the website which is available for search. And then you have IP India, all this or patent search, that is open, free. Okay, and my favorite is in pass. Okay, you will get all the list of patents and all these things. After doing the patent search, you can gain all these things. Okay, and you next thing, after search, you get that no other patent filed or other, not only patent, you have to search for. See, Avatar film you have seen, no? They have disclosed so many patents possibilities there. Okay, so even though if Avatar film has disclosed a patent, you are remaking that patent, that is a prior art, because they have disclosed it in the film or a website content. All these things are prior art. Even though they have disclosed, it is also a prior art for you. Okay, and after search, after checking whether you have a search, and then what way your patent is different from them, you can have a documentation in which you will write the background where we have searched what are the content, and then explain completely and the best way of representing a patent. That is important. Best way of process, or the best way of doing it. And that is the different. There is a format in drafting. No, not like journals, you can write it. There they have a specific content how to write. There your patent agent will help you in search, as well as documentation, as well as your drafting. And next step is your filing. If you are an applicant, you can file directly, or you have a patent agent. They they help you to for searching as well as drafting your patents. And if they will, please sign a non-disclosure agreement with them, so that they will not disclose your invention to others. That is important when you approach a patent agent also. Okay, so your patent should not be disclosed to anyone else. That is important point we have to note while going for a steps to patent your inventions. And then patent filing strategy. Usually, when you get a idea, okay, without thinking so much, you can go for provisional filing, so that your inventions will be protected. And then you have times for working on your patent and improve your patent, so that you get a priority date of your patent. The priority date of filing is very important. And after working on it, you can file a complete specification within 12 months. That is, a time limit is mandatory here. Within 12 months, if you are not filed, the patent will be lapsed and you will not file it again. If you file it again, that priority filed provisional itself will be your prior art. That is the main thing we have to note it, because leaving after 12 months again your filing is, that creates the prior filing which we have done will also be a prior art. That creates a headache for our patent itself. It is important. So stick to the timeline. Timeline is very important in the patent. And what is defining and leverage patents is, one thing after patent, what you have to do is, we have to track the monitoring, see that you have to pay the renewable fees. Within 3 years, it is mandatory to pay the renewable fees. Otherwise, your patent will be no use. Okay. They will be, if you are filing a patent in first year, and within 3 years, if your patent has been be lapsed. Not only receiving a patent grant certificate will you not give you the leverage for infringing. You have to pay the renewal fees and then maintain the patent. And important thing is to enforce it. See, legal enforcement is possible. It is very important for you to identify the infringement within 3 years. Okay, that is a time limit, because it is your duty to monitor. Okay, always the companies will keep a person separately for monitoring what are the products available in the markets and what are the things going on, and anybody infringing my product, or somebody is making my product. All these things definitely has to be monitored. Okay, and then only you can enforce a case against them. And you have a if I have a product and I could not commercialize it is important to commercialize within 3 years. Okay, it has to be working and it has to be coming as a product also in the market. If it is not coming in the market, I have no time, or some issues are there, you can also license it, or you can license it, or you can give others any content. A second, please. And you can enforce it and collaborate with the licensee, or technology transfer also can be done. Okay, if you are not interested in producing the product, you can sell it completely in one go with the technology transfer. You can deal with some amount and ask somebody else to pay one time, and then transfer your technology at once. Or else, if you can license it, and it can be there are two types of license available. One is exclusive license. You can license it to a single person, or you can license it based on the territory. Okay, Erode Center or Salem Center district, like that, you can license it in a separate territory also. That is also possible, and you can work on it. If you are not licensing, as well as you are not transferred your technology, or else you have not produced the product, statement of expenditure has to be submitted to the government and patent office also, claiming that you have not done it. If you want support, or some reason is there, so that I need time to execute the product. All these things has to be submitted in the term of forms. Okay, and you have takeaways. The product legally, technical contribution has to be there, and you have a sorry. And you have a market allegiance, and then think commercialization. Commercialization is a important task nowadays, which government also pushes you to maintain the product, and not only getting a patent grant is in your hand. After getting a patent grant, commercialization is very important. Okay, getting a patent grant is a art, while maintaining it is another art. Okay, yeah, as if you are saying that earning is important and maintaining it also is important. Like that, getting a grant is also important and maintaining it is also very much important. Okay, I think I have completed my lecture. If you have any doubts, you can claim.
Participants, you can ask any questions or feedback you can share with the floor. Everybody is keeping silence. So once again, we request the participants, you can use the forum to ask the questions or any doubts, clarifications or feedback, whatever. Think. I think everybody is keep silence. Say loan answer. So I think it's time to end up the program, ma'am. I think everybody is very clear. But since most of them been into the educational institution, I think they are known about these things. The scenario is main task is the educational institutions are just file the patents. They are not following up the patents. The commercialization part is the main issue.
Yes, sir.
So how you are motivating your institute? How your institute is supporting for years?
Yes, sir. Usually, the complete patent can be given to the inventor, because inventor knows everything, right? If they have a startup, it is uh, wise to transfer that invention to the startup company itself and get a uh, deal with them, such that they have a such some percentage in the patent, and ask them to commercialize it. If they are not in a position to do it, you can ask transfer directly the technology to the company where they can use it. Then your patent will be in a life. That is, you can have a deal with the companies where they are in a requirement of the patents, and you can directly transfer them. It's a one-time work. You need not track their patent later. The company will do all the trackings for you. It is better to do these two things when you have a product and you have all the marketing strategy. Then only it is possible for us to go for the market. If we are not strong in that, it is advised to do technology transfer to the companies. It's better.
Exactly. So thank you, ma'am. Since you are flourished, touch upon every point. Since how the market is doing, how the institution are doing, and everyone you are touched up. So such a nice session for today's ended. Now I request Dr. R. Satish Kumar sir, Honorary Secretary of IEI Salem Local Center, to propose a vote of thanks. Satish sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you, Reinhard, sir. Thank
Yes.
you. Yeah. Very good evening to all the participants. Really very wonderful session. I thank our chairman, engineer Loganathan, sir. Come chief guest, Dr. D. Sri Vidya, madam. Thank you very much, madam. Within a very short notice, we could do the program. Thank you so much. and they have elaborated about the patent filing and all the process connected with intellectual property. Thank you so much, madam. And I thank Engineers Talk Committee, Dr. K. Tangaraj sir, Daumani madam, Dr. Kumaravel sir, sir, all engineering committee members. Thank you so much. And I thank all the participants, corporate members, committee members, everyone who participated and make use of this program. Thank you so much. Once again, thanks everyone. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.